Slurpee, and welcome to Podcast But Outside. This is the introduction to episode 181. We recorded this in front of 7-Eleven. Oh, that's an interesting idea. We recorded this with our friend Steph Tolev. She's a fantastic comedian. You can catch her on the road doing stand-up all over the U.S. and Canada. And you can check out her podcast called Steph Infection Podcast. And she did a stand-up set on the Bill Burr and Friends special on Netflix. So if you want to watch her stand-up, go check it out there. Steph Tolev. Thank you, Steph. Really fun episode. Talked to pretty much one guy the whole time.
That's right. One very interesting, fascinating man who we love.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Do you trust yourself? Whether you're facing a big decision, you want to make a change in your life, or you're trying to plan for the future, the best foundation is knowing you can count on yourself. Therapy can help you build that self-reliance so you're prepared for anything. Give it a try today at betterhelp.com/outside.
I will. Oh, we got a real good Patreon episode this week. We talked to another semi-fan of ours who comes by after the guy. That's all good.
And she works with that guy.
She ends up working with him.
She knows him, and she's like, I didn't know he was a total virgin. And we're like, yep, he definitely is.
And also, Steph and I talk a lot about our personal trainer in this episode. We both love him. So if you're watching this, we love you, even though some of your Yelp reviews may not. But, we also talk a little bit more about that on Patreon, Steph and I. We share more, maybe, candid thoughts.
We got one more live show in LA. It's on Tuesday, May 30th. There are 10 tickets left. Our friend Atsuko Okatsuka is going to be joining us. I'm doing my own personal stand-up show on Wednesday, June 21st at 7 p.m. at UCB Theater. I made tickets $10, as cheap as the theater would let me do it. I'm going to do a longer set. I'm going to have some friends opening. Chris Fleming is probably going to do it, unless he's going to be out of town. But he did say yes, and they said I might be out of town. But he'll probably be there. But if not, it's not actually my fault. And we love Chris. And then I'm going to have a couple other friends as well as soon as I text people and invite them. It's going to be fantastic. The lineup is good. It will sell out as soon as I announce that. So buy tickets now at podcastbutoutside.com/live for all that. We're in Denver on Monday, June 5th. There are less than 30 tickets left for that show.
Aww.
Probably the only time we'll ever come to Colorado. We're going to a wedding in Boulder. That's why we're going to Colorado. We got a wedding in Boulder, then a live show.
Our first gay wedding!
Yeah, it is. They say it's a very gay wedding, so that's kind of exciting. I'll be in Hawaii next Friday for a show on May 19th at the Blue Note with Moshe Kasher and Natasha Leggero. You can come to that if you want. Theme song this week is by Fizzle. Apparently, he made a theme song for us in the past. His name is Matt, and apparently he had a kid. Didn't say the name of the kid, so...
Could be lying, then. Probably is lying.
Okay, enjoy the song. Thank you, Matt Fizzle.
Liar.
It's a podcast, but outside. It's like a podcast, but outside. They asked John for advice. So go on, listen, don't think twice. The greatest podcast of all time. It's a podcast, but outside.
Hello, and welcome to Podcast But Outside. This is the world's first podcast. My name is Andrew Michon.
My name is Critters Maxwell.
If you've never heard or watched our show before, the whole point of our show is for me and this person
Critters
to set up a table on the sidewalk and interview strangers who happen to be walking by. We just want to talk to random people who are going about their days. In an ideal world, we talk to those two guys, but I don't know. Can you pin to them? I mean, that would be ideal, but we'll see what happens. But ideally, we talk to them. We have a sign on our table that says,
"Hi, be a guest on our podcast. We will pay you $1. Smiley face.
We're the only ethical podcast, the only podcast that pays its guests, and the only podcast set up today in Los Angeles on Monday, May 1st, in front of 7-Eleven. Which, and you add it up, that's 18. That's barely legal. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
For the 7-Eleven. And actually, if you look behind us, I just want to point out that there are men hard at work across the street, and I would love if by the end of this episode, it is a fully built apartment that people are living in. That would be ideal, right?
Yes.
It would be really...
I need a place to live.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely do. It would be really ideal if people live there. And luckily today, of all days, we have a friend of ours who's joining the show. She's so funny. She's been part of our live shows in the past, and she's a comedian I've known for a long time, and we're just so pleased. We're so pleased to have her. Please give it up for Steph Tolev as she walks all the way from over there to right here. She's got a kombucha. This is perfect.
Get me in here. Thank you. I'm really glad I can hang my stuff somewhere.
Yeah, we have
a pile of piss behind me.
We have a professional operation here, Steph.
Really is professional.
Yeah, we've been doing this a long time. How are you?
Good. My favorite part is that you haven't talked about the gaping hole that's right beside your
Right,
photographer.
yeah. There's like leaking, gaping hole.
Big. It's a big gaped hole.
And it looks
Reminds
like
me of my anus.
it also
to
looks
be
like
honest.
no one's supposed to be there because there's broken caution tape.
Yeah, and you're sitting, in fact, right there. So there it is.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes stuff is leaking in Los Angeles.
A
okay?
lot of stuff.
Stuff-
A lot of holes are dripping around in town.
Stuff leaks.
I came in hot. So I gotta tell you something. So
Okay.
we both go to the same gym.
Yes.
Yeah. Cole's talked about this gym.
And
I don't know if I've talked about it on. I know I've talked about it a lot on Patreon. I'm not sure if I talked about it here.
Okay, well,
Okay.
just
Should I-
give a quick description
Quick
of the gym.
description. Okay.
Cam found it. Our
Cam found
intern
it.
Cam found this
Intern
gym.
Cam found this gym. He said, "Hey, there's this gym around the corner from me that is free."
That's how
And
he
I
found it.
said, "Okay." So I go there, and this guy, his name is Law,
LAW.
LAW, and he just comes up and he goes, "Yo, what's up, greatness? Like, how
You
you
can go.
doing?"
You're good.
Is
Come
that
on.
pretty good?
Yeah,
can
that's
walk by.
pretty
You're
good.
good.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chest bumps, fists. Like, I would just go there to the gym to do the treadmill, and he would come up to me and either like turn up my treadmill, like without saying anything, just like turn up the speed, or he would completely stop it and then say, "Let's go, we're lifting." And we would just, and then he'd just be like my personal trainer for like 20 minutes.
And it was free.
And it
always.
was free.
Yeah.
It
They
was
weren't
always
paying
free.
for the gym. They were just going
It was
there.
just like an open community thing. Now they've since started charging, but
Yes.
it was free when there was no roof and they didn't have a bathroom.
But yeah, now Law charges.
So
now
now,
what
now
charges?
Steph goes to this gym.
So I started going to this gym, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Law's a good-looking guy.
He's a
I never heard this part of the story because Law was always described to me
No,
as
Law's
such a
the hot-
crazy.
no, no.
He's a crazy.
Oh, he's nuts.
Have you read his Yelp reviews?
No.
Oh man.
Is it like, please stop funneling my
No,
lower
he has
back?
so many. There's a lot of
They're
negative
really
Yelp reviews.
bad.
They're
People,
really bad.
People are like really mad because he just like comes and gets in your business. And
He
is-
does. He that's the problem. Is like he really comes and he immediately touches you, and you're like, and then at
Yeah.
first I thought it was like kind of creepy and sexual, and I was like, oh no, he's touching everybody.
But
so
he
it's fine.
also he never tells anyone that he works there.
No,
People think that he's just a guy coming up to them.
Yeah.
Like he'll like come up to you and like put your shoulders back. He'll be like shoulders up, chest back, or yeah, no, yeah.
That's his favorite thing to say.
Yeah.
Chest back, or
Chest back,
like
shoulders
tighten the like
Yeah.
squeeze the
Yeah.
shoulder blades
Shoulders
together.
back. Yeah, pinch. You pinch in the back.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna fuck Law. So here and I just straight up, is he fucking every other woman at the gym? Oh yeah, for sure.
He's fucking the front desk girl.
100%. No, he's fucking
He
everybody.
calls her baby girl,
Oh, he calls.
and he always like kisses her. Does he
Oh.
kiss her in front of you?
No, but
Oh.
So one of our friends, Blair Saki,
Yeah,
hilarious
she goes
comedian,
there.
She told Law I was famous, and she made a big mistake because now Law, here she is. Everybody come in, and he thinks he goes celebrity status. I'm like, you have to stop.
He
Like,
does
no
that
one
to
knows-
me too. He thinks I'm
needs to stop.
filthy rich. He always says, he always calls me like rich or like 1% or like just acts like I'm like CEO Cole. That's what he
Unreal.
calls
Yeah,
me.
he literally thinks I don't know what he thinks. I'm like, you've never even seen me before. You have no idea who the hell I am.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fuck him, and I
So you
started.
just set this as an intention.
Well, because I started training with him, and I started training because I'd watch him roll other women's butts. So he'd do a workout with them, and then he'd take this big roller and roll their butts for a long
He
time.
does
I'm
that
like-
to me, too.
I'm like, I haven't got the butt roll yet. So I told him, I'm
Right.
like, I
You
want
saw
you to
me
work
getting
with-
a butt
I've
roll.
seen him get a butt roll. He does it in the most inopportune spot.
Yeah,
He puts
in
the
the
table
middle of the gym.
So you're not only does this embarrassing workout where he
Yeah.
makes everyone has to look at you. It's a very large ordeal, and then he puts your wet body down on this massage table.
It's
not
a
even
foldable table like this,
Yes,
but a little more cushioned.
Yeah.
And then he just
Barely.
rolls you out in
Yeah.
the middle of the gym, and everyone just
and
kind of
loudly
sort of
talks.
watches.
So
Yeah.
he's been. We've had a couple sessions now, and he told me that he I should come by and smoke a joint with him. And
Whoa, he said that?
And he said that, and then he goes, and maybe something else. I go, oh no, we're doing something else. I'm being very clear, and I literally don't care. I'm telling everybody, I'm fucking him. I'm going to tell him I'm going to fuck him.
Wow.
And look. Here's the thing. I'm on a new craze.
It's called sex.
It's called I am only fucking hot guys. I know
yeah.
the comments are gonna be that I'm ugly, I look like a man. Welcome to my TikTok. I don't give a shit. If you saw, if I'm a man, then I'm gay because all the guys I'm fucking are very hot men right now.
Wow.
So how did you set your intention to only fuck hot men, and how is that working
I
out?
went through a horrendous breakup with an actual blob.
Hey, how are you? You want to talk to us? You want to talk to us? We just talk to strangers about anything. Or the bus? What if we gave you $10? Would you take the next bus? $10. We'll give you
$10.
$10.
$10. Give him the money.
We're gonna up. It's 10 times our normal rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually
That's
$1.
true.
You
You
lucked
seem
out.
cool. You seem like a nice guy. Let us know your name.
I'm James.
James.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm Andrew. This is Cole. This is Steph.
Hello.
Steph, so
Yeah.
are you on a podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Are you a podcast listener?
No.
Okay.
I'm just a senior that's been living in this hood since 1987.
Senior, my
Wow.
guy, you look 50.
You look young.
Yeah, those glasses make you look a lot younger.
Well-
Cool glasses.
You don't see all my wrinkles.
Uh,
I wear glasses to protect from the sun. That's why.
Classic.
I don't
yeah.
want any cataract surgery or anything.
No.
So
Yeah.
I wear all this sun protection. So.
That's good. Were you catching the bus back home or somewhere
yeah,
else?
it's going back.
Okay.
I just got back from doing some delivery driving. I'm a volunteer driver for the Dream Center over.
Oh,
behind
yeah,
us.
I know the Dream
Nice.
Center.
Yeah, and they have a food distribution over at some apartments over here. So I
Oh.
volunteer. I drive a van. I load it up with food and bring it over there. And
So you give food to folks who need food? Is that the Dream
well,
Center?
it's a senior. There's some seniors over there in the senior living, and
Seniors helping seniors.
yep, that's what I. am.
Senior on senior.
Senior
that sounds
on
kind of hot.
So
Like,
you've been you've been in this neighborhood since the 80s.
Well, I haven't been doing this since the '80s, but I've been in. I've
You've been in
lived,
the neighborhood, I'm saying, since the
Yeah,
80s.
yeah.
How much has the neighborhood changed?
oh, a lot. It's gone through several changes. You know, they've drained the park a couple of times and redid that, and
That thing's not draining though. What's up with that?
Yeah, that thing's really going
Oh.
strong.
it don't look nice either.
No, it looks quite rusted. That's what happens when you drain.
Well, see, that's where you got to call the DWP and have it fixed.
It's
Yeah,
not ideal.
Yeah, you got to plug that hole.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
So what were you doing when you were not retired?
Working for the city of LA, I teach music for LA city rec and parks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, rec and parks. I worked at rec center for well
Hey,
since '89.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
99. 99 I started working for the rec and parks.
Oh, wow.
cool.
What sort of
So-
music do you teach?
Piano, guitar.
Oh, wow.
So I'm retired now, but I still enjoy the students. So
Yeah.
I'm still teaching
Volunteering.
for
What-
one day a week only.
Okay. What age are the students?
Grade school, anywhere from 5 till I don't know 13, something like
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Were you in a band in the 80s?
for church
Oh.
church group.
Okay.
So you know when we have worship leading or something. Then
You still a churchman? Go to church
I go
regularly?
to Angel's Temple right here.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Were you raised in the church?
Well, not in this particular church, but,
But,
I've
like,
always
going
been a
to
part.
church.
I've always been a part of a church. People ask me, "Where are you from originally?" Well, okay, I was born and raised in Illinois near Chicago, but I was spiritually born and raised in Colorado, and then I came out here in '87 to go to the college, finish up college out here, and when they had the Bible college out here. So
Okay.
I've been part of Angel's Temple since '87.
Okay. Do you have kids of your own?
Nope, never married, single.
Okay.
Single churchman. You must be getting hit on by all the old
Well, sometimes.
Bible gals out there, huh? They're really.
But I've learned to be content with singleness. It's
Oh, yeah?
fine.
That's
you know,
it?
not that I mean, we could go on. That's a whole nother story. I mean, how
We
long?
got time.
We got time.
Your bus
paying-
isn't
I
here
don't
yet.
know. I mean, some people look at me. Oh, you never married? Oh, you poor dude. No, it's you have a lot of freedom when
Freedom.
you're not.
Yeah.
It's like
Did you ever get close to getting? Did you ever get close to getting married?
yeah.
Yeah. What ended up making it not happen?
Well, the very first girl I asked somebody to marry me. This is back in college when I was.
You asked someone to marry
I
you.
was a neophyte, right? I was just coming out of not even finishing university. I was in the middle of university there, in Colorado, and so there was a girl I thought I loved, and bought her a diamond ring. Took her to my house in Illinois, visit my parents and
Wow.
everything, you know. And,
Yeah.
and there I thought, oh, I'll get married, and so I bought a big old diamond ring for $300. I think back then was a lot of
Good
bucks.
deal.
Back in the
deal.
70s.
Back in the
right?
70s, yeah, it was a little more.
And she did a wise thing. She talked to my mom,
Okay.
and she didn't accept it. She accepted the ring, but she didn't make an answer right then. And I didn't want to make.
She's like, I'll take the ring, but I won't marry
yeah,
you.
well, yeah, but she talked to my mom, see, and I didn't know this till afterwards. So my mom said, if you don't feel right about it, just give it back.
Your mom-
That's what she did.
Wait, your mom is
Wow.
talking your fiance out of marrying
Yeah,
you?
what the
Exactly. And you know what? You know what though?
You're glad.
Oh, I am so glad.
Wow.
I look
Okay.
back on
Why
that.
is she ugly now?
No, that's not the point.
Oh.
She was a different religion than I was.
Oh, so you had to change
Yeah.
things over.
And
okay.
I tell you what, since I haven't married, I have been doing things in my life. My life has been so full.
Right.
Good.
I've lived in Africa for 7 years.
Oh,
Whoa.
Whoa.
For religious stuff or?
Yeah, on a mission
Okay.
That's
team.
crazy.
I taught in South Korea for a few months.
Whoa.
Visited there. I've done things with my
Oh,
life.
go ahead.
No, the puppy.
I've done things with my life that I never would have done if I'd been married, especially
Wow.
this girl.
Oh,
I would have
really?
been, So, yes, there are
She
all kinds of
anti-Africa?
perks with marriage. But there are a lot of perks being single too.
So did
Huh.
she ever end up getting married?
I don't know.
You don't know. You
Yeah,
stopped.
that's
I
it.
left her at the university. Who knows?
You have
Wow.
Facebook?
Nope.
No.
No. Hey, I'm a senior. We don't do that.
Yes, they do.
That's
Lot
all
of
they
people
do.
Really?
They love
That's
it.
only
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
Yeah,
keeping
they love it.
Facebook alive.
Yeah.
Well,
Well-
walk in front. You're okay. Wait, so where were you in Africa for 7 years, and what was that experience like?
I was in Ivory Coast.
Okay. That's
And I learned
Northwest Africa?
Et moi, je parle français très bien, merci.
Oh,
Tu ne
Wow.
tu ne causes pas en français.
Je parle français un peu.
Un tout petit peu?
Un peu.
Ah, bon, okay.
Chinese?
Yeah, Chinese.
Chinese. Well,
Did you ever go to Canada?
She's Canadian.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't been there, but I know they speak French
That's
up
what I was
there.
saying. You gotta go back with that accent.
Did you have to study French in school?
I did, and I never learned a damn thing.
Really?
What? Don't judge me.
C'est tellement dommage, ça. Tu habites en Canada et tu n'en parles pas français? Ah, c'est quoi ça?
You're back in grade school.
No, I am. I'm getting yelled at by Mr. Shipton, my grade 6 teacher.
But no, Canada is cool because every sign and everything legally has to be in French as well. So
Yeah.
you
Okay.
you encounter a lot of French there. It's pretty cool,
But
actually.
but that's in the
No,
the
everywhere.
East.
No, the whole country.
The whole country,
Everything's
yeah,
in
yeah,
French.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
even like buying something at the grocery store is in
I
French.
gotta go up there.
You gotta
then.
go up there. Go on a little trip.
Can't believe you haven't gone. A lot of church folk up there in Canada.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Wait, so did you feel like you changed some lives when you were in Africa for 7 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was you know, I was part of a team, and I was part of the taking care of things, like renewing visas and taking care of the car, and I was kind of a support person.
Oh, you were
there.
supporting the other missionaries.
Yeah.
You weren't face to face with
But I
people.
was.
You were a little bit.
Oh yeah, I did a lot of personal evangelism as well, and did music for the camps that we had, retreats and things. So I had a lot of personal.
So what do you say to someone to convince them that your religion is the way to look at the world? Like, how do you preach to someone who isn't familiar?
You can have a peace of heart. You can have forgiveness of sins. You can have a total life change, a new direction of life. You can have a joyful and abundant life, and it's not a religion that I speak of. I speak of a relationship with Creator God through His Son Jesus Christ.
Sounded a little like a religion.
Yeah.
Well,
I heard he did creator class.
religion. There's a lot of religions in the world.
Yeah.
And religion can be toxic, including quote unquote Christian religion.
Sure.
Can be toxic, can be
Yeah.
dangerous.
Mormons, you ever heard of them? They're up to no good.
Well,
They're doing a lot of
just
soaking.
I'm talking of religion in general.
Okay.
But when you have a relationship with Creator God, that's a different
That's
story.
a personal
Okay.
thing, more
Yeah,
so
yeah,
than
yeah.
an
It's
institutional thing.
Very personal, and that's who I give credit to for the enjoyment and the blessing of my life. You know,
Okay.
this world doesn't take much to see that this world is going downhill real fast in
yeah.
every way.
And you're not even
Look
you're
at
not
that.
even on
Example.
Facebook too. On Facebook, there's a lot of bad stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, if you on
You're
Facebook.
missing out.
But you know what it is, and I used to, even when I was part of the church, as I say, I've been in church even since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of bitterness. I had a lot of anger. I had a lot of hatred in my heart.
Oh wow.
I really did.
Huh.
And it's because I was bullied at school,
Oh.
and I was a small kid. I couldn't defend myself, but I used my tongue, and I could cut people up. And
Look at him.
my father swore, and I outdid him. You know, I could
Okay.
invent strings of cuss words and just belittle people and all kind of stuff. But I was always, and I always had my finger out. I was pointing to this person and that person, but I had three more pointing back at me. And you know,
Okay.
you look at back then in the 70s, nuclear missiles. You know, Russia and America, we had
The good old-
missiles
the good
pointing
old
at
days.
each other, right?
Yeah.
So-
tense time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nowadays we're plasticizing the ocean and climate change and things that man cannot take care. You know, we have so much wisdom, and I love science. In fact, that was my major.
Oh.
And we can put man on the moon. We can send Voyager out
Yeah.
beyond the solar system. We can, explore Mars and all kinds of wondrous things. But we can't take care of our own morality. And we have major wars and major starvation. And it's not that we don't have enough food on the planet,
Right.
but because
Our
of
priorities.
and because men don't act wisely. And-
Women do though.
Yes. We need more women in charge of things.
Well, maybe that would help a little bit.
I think
See?
it might. Because men in charge of things
Might.
is not working out.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Ads. Starting with Care of. Care of is a subscription service that ships high-quality, personalized vitamin supplements and powders conveniently to your door every month. That's
Holy
like
crap.
12 times a year.
Health is deeply human and it has to be personal, so Care of is there to help you find out what works for you.
When you have that aha moment that you should take better care of your health and begin a wellness routine, Care of is there to help you get started by taking the guesswork out of what supplements are best suited for you. Care of is awesome. You go to their website, you take a quiz, you tell them what kind of things you might be working on health-wise.
I passed that quiz.
You did?
Yeah.
It's not really a pass-fail. You just fill it out and they tell you what you should get.
Someone called me from Care of and was like, hey, by the way, I know this isn't pass-fail, but you definitely passed.
Oh. They were like impressed with what you did?
Yeah.
Huh.
You didn't get that call?
No.
Oh, man. Embarrassing.
They don't even have my number. How did they get your number?
I don't know.
You take a little quiz. They tell you what supplements might help you live your best life. You can even tell them if you have any dietary restrictions, if you maybe don't do eggs or dairy or something like that. And they'll say, we won't give you any supplements with that kind of stuff. We'll give you supplements that fit with your lifestyle. And then they send them to you in this beautiful little thing looking like this. And you get individualized little things. It says, hi, Cole. And here's the vitamins that Cole needs to take today to feel the best version of himself.
I have so many different versions of me, but with Care of, I'm the best.
It really is a convenient way to take the guesswork out of supplementation. And we all could use a little more self-care, and Care of makes it easy, affordable, and simply beautiful.
Makes my brain feel real nice.
For 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code
Outside50.
OUTSIDE50. For 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code OUTSIDE50.
50.
That's a pretty good deal. And you know what? It's a great way to support the show. It's a great way to support your own body. Thank you, Care of, for sponsoring this episode. You think our morality is to blame for climate change and all these things?
I think because people don't know how to, they don't
Yeah.
make proper. It's all greed.
Yeah.
It's money. It's people doing what they want. You know, why are species going extinct? People are for instance, this is they're killing all the pangolins just for scales. The tigers are going extinct because they want the liver or whatever, the gallbladder. I mean, and they'll take the last rhino because of the silly horn.
Yeah.
So man is just he's ignorant and he's selfish. He wants it's all for money. I'll take the last of whatever there is to get the most money, and then I'll destroy the rest.
Yeah, it's not a great situation.
That's our humanity.
Yeah.
And that's why we are in the midst of wars and all kind of evil that's going on. And I believe in the devil, and I believe he's alive and well and on planet Earth, and he's aggravating the propensity to sin that we all have, the propensity for evil and our own lust, and he aggravates that until we take AK-47s and we go in and shoot kids and all that kind of stuff. And if people say, oh, there's a devil and he's alive and well, and that's who's inspiring all these Hitler and Putin and all these people, even our own, I hate to say it, maybe even our own politicians.
Biden? You think Biden's influenced by the devil?
Well, he's in high power, but I would say that there's other ones too that are. In my opinion, is if you're going to be a politician, you're going to be a liar. Anybody, and that's just.
So when you see something bad in the news, do you think the devil is responsible to a certain degree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I pray.
You pray.
I pray when I see a car chase. We're car chase capital here.
Yeah.
But I pray that person's going to stop, that he's going to be stopped, that there's going to be safety. I pray that nobody's going to get hurt. I pray that there's going to give wisdom to the deputies so that they're not just shooting if they don't have to.
Do you like my sweater?
Our God is an
Awesome God.
I love it.
I thought you'd like it.
That's cool.
Good timing. I thought
That's a song. Do you know that?
I do know that song.
That's cool.
Isn't that?
Well, That's
The back
great.
says, "I'm gonna
I
fuck
didn't
law."
even notice that. I didn't even read that until you
I just put it on and I had to tell you because I thought it was good timing.
That's good.
Well,
Isn't
look
that
at
good?
that. I admire you. That's awesome. That's great. What does it have something on the back?
No.
Oh.
You now you hate the sweater. You need to
On the back it
I
says.
love
On the
it.
back it says, "But I also love the devil."
Yeah. And then I just crawl into the hole. He's waiting for me.
Yeah, that's the devil seeping up
Yeah.
into Los
I
Angeles
don't
right now.
You picked a great place to be, I tell you.
Yeah, this is a really good
Hey, I have a
corner.
question. If you had an opportunity to look up that girl you almost married, would you? I mean, I could search her on Facebook right now if you're interested.
I don't know her last name.
Oh, okay.
I,
Do you know-
I
do you
barely
know-
remember her first name.
Where-
Thank God.
This was back in 1970, okay?
It was just a free
this-
love, you know?
Yeah, it was when I was a neophyte. I was ignorant.
Sure.
I didn't know anything.
But I remember every guy I've slept with, and it's a big list.
Well, I tell you,
He probably didn't sleep with her, though. Did you sleep with her?
no.
No. Yeah.
God has protected me. I'm a virgin.
Oh,
Go-
thank God.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
oh
I
my God.
You're
And everybody looks at me. Oh, you really? Oh, well, I tell you what, that's a lot of freedom.
If I
it's
told
not a
you,
lot of guilt.
If I told you the amount of men I slept with, you might leave right now.
I would wonder about your T-shirts. If you're really sincere in that.
I'd say about 150.
She would think the devil.
Well, there's a. You got to read. You got to read John chapter 4.
Okay.
Why is he hot? Was you want to fuck him?
No, the Gospel of John chapter 4.
Okay.
okay.
All right. I got,
So
I got some
you're-
reading to do.
So, at what point in your life was you being a virgin like something you took pride in and you wanted to keep it up? Your whole life?
It just turned out that way.
Just turned out that way.
Yeah, when I was a neophyte, I didn't know what love was, and I thought it was all physical. I thought it was all, hugging and making out and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and
It might be.
and all the
pretty
way.
good.
That was I was thinking. In
All
fact,
the way.
and
150
and there was an opportunity, if you will. I don't share this, but I'm not going to go into the. But there was
Sure, sure.
Opportunities.
Yes.
There was an opportunity to go to bed with this girl.
Wow. You came close.
Came close.
Well, no, you didn't come at all.
Well, and then
but
what?
it didn't happen.
At what point
Oh,
did?
you're gonna get into the details.
No. I'm just saying, like, was it a type of situation where you conflicted in that moment?
I had all this hormones. I was a young man.
Yeah,
Sure,
and
sure.
all that,
That's
and
the
I was
devil.
ready to, and the opportunity was there, and I think she was like broadcasting that it was okay, even though we were boy and girlfriend. But
Sure, she
but
was.
it turned out that, and I look back on it now, and I say,
You're thankful.
I'm so thankful. And that's a weight of guilt on me that I didn't have to hurt this woman in any way, and then she could go on and she could marry somebody and be a virgin.
Well, why do you mean hurt? You think that would hurt her for her to lose her virginity? You think so?
I think
You think
so,
so?
because it can lead to a guilt, and I think that there's a burden with people that end up.
Do you feel
You
burdened?
looked at me. I'll tell you
I'm
right now.
looking at.
Do you
I
feel
feel
burdened?
that's what you confess. So
I'm not gonna lie. I feel free as a bird.
Yeah,
I feel pretty good.
I'm more on Steph's side of things, and to be honest, I don't ever think about it at all.
I do it, and then I go on my merry way.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm still a virgin, and they're kind of tempting me to go the other way.
you are too.
Yeah, I am a virgin too. Cool. So I'm kind of like, I don't
Give me-
know. I'm
okay.
I'm
Come
sort
on,
of like
fist
on the
bump,
fence.
fist bump
Fist
for
bump?
virgin.
A virgin fist
Couple
bump.
of virgins
Good.
here.
Yeah, yeah,
Should
yeah,
I
yeah.
go? I don't. I'm sort
no,
of torn.
But,
What I
but
should
here's
do.
an example. See, I'm 71,
Okay.
still a virgin.
Do you plan to be a virgin forever?
I'm single until I finally find a lady who I marry.
Until you get married,
I'm not.
okay.
I'm not like. There's some people. When I was with the first church group that I was involved in, they had a what do I say? A club, and they were called the. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, they were married. They were not going to marry.
It's a
club.
virgin club.
Yeah, well, they didn't
Celibate
call
club.
that.
Okay,
Single until
Death?
forever or something.
Single forever
Single
club.
forever. Well,
Okay.
Whoa.
half of those folks got married
Oh,
in the
man.
church.
Yeah. You get
But I
tempted.
never joined that club because, it just turned out that way for
Yeah.
me.
Who is your ideal partner? Who would be your ideal bride?
A secretary.
Oh.
At this
Specific.
age, I need somebody to look after all the stuff I have in the
Hmm.
papers. I've got
Okay.
weaknesses, I
Sure.
know my weaknesses. I don't sort things out very well,
Hmm.
so it doesn't have
Hoarder?
to be. Huh?
You a hoarder?
You're a hoarder?
Somebody who's order, and somebody likes.
Oh, with order.
And
Yeah.
you know what? If marriage is not just an emotional thing. You marry with your mind as well.
Sure.
Your brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to use your brain and study that other person and know what kind of person he is, she is, so that you have common interests.
Yeah.
It's not just follow your heart. I tell you what, there's a verse in the scripture that says, the heart is deceitful above all else and desperately wicked. Who can understand it? That's a scripture, and it tells about, that's a description of everyone's heart in this world.
Well, why did God build our hearts like that?
He made us perfect to begin with.
But deceitful? That ain't perfect.
He didn't make us that way.
Okay, we
Am
became
I
that
still
way.
We made a
perfect,
choice.
even though I've been with...
None of us are perfect.
Okay, yeah.
I can't judge for your lifestyle. I can't judge you at all.
Okay, that's
You know,
nice.
But I tell you what,
Okay.
God loves all of us equally. He loves all of it, and despite whatever we've done with our lives. Personally, I go into I'm spending all kind of time here. I'm
I
taking
know.
all the podcasts
No.
here. Look at this.
This is the best
I'm
$10
getting
I've ever
into this.
spent.
I'm getting into this right now. You haven't had anybody talk on here, so hey.
No, we love it. We love it.
So
I tell
basically,
you-
you're saying God loves everyone, even if you're like a gaping slut.
Yes.
And if you're a virgin.
Yes.
Both.
He loves all. No, I was going to tell you. One of the volunteer works
He's talking about that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I
The devil's hole.
no. One of the
Devil's
one of
soul.
the things that rewards me greatly is
Yeah.
to go into Men's Central Jail once a week and share the gospel.
Oh, cool.
With guys there that have made total mess up of their
Are
lives.
they receptive to that?
I'm sorry.
Are they receptive to hearing you talk to them?
Most of them are.
So wait, how do you do that? Do you go in, you say, I want to talk to some guys?
I do cell walk. I do.
They let you do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Once a week, and I take
Really?
I take a walk down. They call them tiers.
Can we do that? Or-
No.
Why?
Well,
Why
you
not?
can't. Actually, you can. But
I'm a virgin though.
Yeah.
dude,
Only
come on.
virgins.
No, you can if you have to be screened by the
Oh,
jail.
screened.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness, they
okay.
they do background check,
Right.
they check
Yeah,
everything, your history, and
Wow.
they don't want anybody there. That's,
Sure, of course.
So
They
there's
trust
a
you.
big FBI.
Wow, a background check.
Yeah, it's like 10 pages, double-sided, and they take your driver's license in color, and they
Wow.
all your credit history and your
Sexual history? Would they check?
I don't think that would matter. That
Well, then
0 pages.
I'm going to the
could
jail.
But
So-
you have to also be under a kind of an umbrella organization. You don't just go in there
Okay,
by
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
I'm part of a
willy-nilly.
church team that
Okay.
goes there.
Do you think if you had slept with that person all those years ago, do you think your life would have gone down a particularly different path, or do you think it would have you would have still
I
come
would
to
have
where you
had-
are now?
I would have had, now that I look back, I've thought about that
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
And I would have had regrets.
Mm.
And there are things that I've done and said in my life for which I have regrets.
Sure.
And maybe even some things I did that could have landed me in the jail. So so I can kind of empathize with those
Right.
people
Right.
that, before I was a Christian, I wouldn't want anything to do with anybody in jail. If they
Right.
wanted to make their own life and they wanted to throw their lives away, they can just be in
You were
there.
more selfish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No.
But now I have a lot more empathy.
That's cool.
And I've been through some things, but that doesn't mean I have to be down in the dregs and experience all that in order to be empathetic with them.
Would you say overall you're happy with your life?
Oh, I am so grateful and joyful in the life. This is some of the best years of my
Really?
I'm retired.
Wow.
I don't have to grind out work I used
Yeah.
to work 5 days, 6 days a week
Yeah.
and have students and I love teaching kids and I love
But it's still a job, yeah.
Yeah, but when you have 35 students but I don't have them all at once, there's one after the other.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
half-hour lessons and it's,
Oh, that's a lot.
yeah, and but now I still love to teach, so I have 1 day a week.
Yeah,
And
that's
I just
nice.
have 8 students on 1 day a week.
That's great.
And that's fine with me because I love to teach but my life now is so fulfilled. Even though I'm single,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean I don't have any problems because I still can get myself into a little trouble every once in a while. But I don't get myself into massive trouble.
Right.
Okay.
And when I have a down day, it's 1 day and I'm back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's some trouble you get yourself into?
Oh, I had a miserable day driving a car, this van run
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
They gave me a new van over here, a bigger van. And I wasn't paying attention, and so I cut a corner a little too, and there's a big scrape on it.
Oh, okay.
And then when I was turning, I hit a box like this and broke the light out.
Oh, no.
And 1 day.
One day.
And they count that 2 strikes against me.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And so
that's-
if I ever have another accident
You're
like
over.
that, I had to make up all these
Sure.
reports.
Okay.
And
But that's
Okay.
like some accident stuff. That's not like a moral struggle that you're
that's not
talking
a
about.
moral
Okay,
thing.
It's
okay.
just a struggle. So
but talk you on a down day.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was
That
a down day.
Okay.
So I have a question. So it's kind of, I feel like society has become more hypersexualized maybe recently.
Yeah.
Let's say that there are some folks who are listening who are also virgins, but they feel self-conscious about that. Is there anything you could say to them to kind of like let them know that it's okay?
Good question.
I don't know. Like what's like a pep talk or something?
Well, I'm an example.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I wasn't that I was.
You're not an incel.
Initially, I didn't care.
Right.
But for me, it worked out in the beginning that I never had any relations with ladies.
Sure.
And then I became a Christian. I mean, even after going to church, that's a side one.
Yeah.
But I was in church and it was.
You weren't quite a Christian yet.
I wasn't a Christian yet.
Right.
But after I became a Christian, I became more wise in the Word of God and God's will for my life, His plan for my life, and what things that He says will make me more joyful. And so I am now, at this age, I am reaping the benefit that I don't have guilty conscience. I don't have concerns in that area. I don't have STDs. I don't have AIDS. I don't have, any of that stuff.
Do you think it's possible, though, that just for you in particular, you would have a guilty conscience about that, but other folks might not feel that? Would you admit that other folks might not feel that way? Like, for example, me and Steph, we've slept with people, and we don't think about it in that same way.
Yes.
Do you respect that, or do you think that we're missing something?
I respect you folks.
Yeah.
As you are. I still like your shirt. I still like it. I say amen wholeheartedly to that.
Amen.
But I can't, as I say, I'm not the one to judge.
Sure, yeah.
I respect, I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you as well.
It's kind of fun. I didn't think I'd have this much fun sitting here talking to you all.
It's been fun.
And you just got some Angelino off the screen. So
I'm just saying, do you think it's ultimately just different people have different perspectives on that,
it's a choice.
It's a choice,
Yes.
Okay. Ultimately, it's a choice what we do.
Have you ever once thought, maybe I want to see what it would feel like?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's
okay. That pops in there. Okay.
Yes, and I'm see that's the thing. I'm not saying that my mind is always pure. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree, but you know what? I can if I'm in my apartment by myself and my mind goes wherever it goes. At the end of the day, I deal with my mind, and I have to think. You know what? What I'm thinking here, I'm not going to perform those things. I'm not going to deal that. I'm not going to do that. So I dismiss it, and I use scripture, and I use prayer, and I use relationship with God, and I can control that, so that it doesn't control me, because there are too many people that get out of control. And then they're raping and they're doing things.
Well,
that's
an extent, though. That's really pushing it. I would say, though, some of the best nights of my life have been.
Well, I'm
sex.
sure. I don't diminish that. It's just
right. You have to. You've had some fun nights.
And yet, I think that
2 nights ago.
But neither of you are married.
No,
not yet.
And you're not married yet.
No.
So
I'm aching to get married, though.
You what?
I'm aching to get married.
I would.
Aiken.
Yeah.
I would like to say.
It hurts.
I would like to say that. Save it for your wife, and it'll be more rewarding for her
And more come too.
and you.
Yeah.
A lot of
if
it.
you're not
It's really saved up.
experienced in
Big
it.
Right.
balls.
So that's my counsel.
Okay.
Thank
And,
you. I really appreciate that. And just one last question, I guess. If you
And that answers your question.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. No, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you being open about that.
if you had found the perfect secretary, if you find the perfect secretary,
She's at
the
her
perfect
desk.
woman, she's everything you want, but you found out that she's not a virgin,
That's
would you marry her?
perhaps.
Okay.
Nice. I like
That's
that.
good that you're open. That's nice.
I like that you're open-minded.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I'm not saying I would reject her just because of that. No.
What if I told you I was a secretary with 150 men?
I don't think you'd want to marry some old guy in the.
Honestly, I would take your virginity. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, well. Thank you.
You're being tempted again, brother.
He's got to get out of here and go read some scripture.
Don't get too close.
Yeah. I feel more comfortable on this side of the
Yeah.
table.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You
I
need a
like
sweatshirt
you.
like her, a little more.
I do, yeah.
A little more.
Come over to my house tonight. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Sure. She's just, before you showed up, she's talking about how she wants to have sex with her personal trainer.
Yeah. And I am.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's going to.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm James.
James.
Yeah, Cole.
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 Andrew.
Andrew.
And Steph.
Steph.
Thank you so much for being so generous
Yes,
with your
thank
time,
you.
James. We've really loved our time with you.
Yes, thank you so
well,
much.
I've
This was
actually
$10 well spent.
This has been an amazing time.
I'll go for 20 if you want to.
Do you have $10, by the way?
Oh, my.
No, my
You're
wallet's in
gonna
my
take it
car.
from the
No, my wallet from the Virgin. What Virgin to Virgin? No, my wallet's in my car. I have $10 in it, but I realized it was in my car.
All right, anybody want to step up and have such a fun time here?
That's a good way to do it.
$10.
I might also
How
have
can
it.
you?
Okay,
How can you
I
miss?
truly have it in my car. If you don't have it,
How can you miss? Look
We're-
at this.
you
Maybe
have a
I
10?
have change. Hold on.
if you have a 10, we can hook it up. If not, I can walk
you
to my
know
car.
what? Why don't you
No,
keep-
no, we're gonna pay you 10. We're men of our word.
Promise.
We're men of our
Okay.
word.
Hold on. I might have change here.
No,
Wait,
the 5's not
wait,
gonna
wait,
help.
let me
Thank you,
see,
though, Steph.
Let me see.
Oh, you have a 5. Oh.
Oh, wait, I have a 10. I have a 10.
Oh no, he's got 10. He's got 10.
Oh, there we go.
This is perfect. Wow.
There you go.
James, you did it. The money was exchanged.
I could go on for longer than that, but maybe you want to try to.
I
find
think
some-
maybe we'll wrap. I think we've had a great conversation with you,
Yeah.
and we'll end on top.
Yeah.
I think it's been fantastic, and
You
here's a
always,
sticker.
You always talk about ending
A
on top.
sticker.
Yeah, because I have sex with people,
Yeah.
podcast,
unlike you.
but outside.
Cole, have you ever noticed that I actually kind of have a green thumb?
Mm-hmm. I have a brown one.
Yeah, I know, but you're working on it. I love to garden, and with Lomi by Pila, I think it's a really good way to garden. I personally love to garden. I am always growing little vegetables and plants, and I've had the same houseplants for, honestly, 10 years.
Me too.
No. And they survive because I know how to treat them. And the best way I treat my plants is by giving them delicious, yummy dirt. And I actually started making my own dirt thanks to Lomi. Lomi has changed the way I think about my food waste. Lomi transforms my garbage into gold at the push of a button. Lomi's a countertop electric composter that turns food scraps to dirt in under 4 hours. That's like the length of a movie nowadays. Now I actually have fallen in love with composting, and it's made cooking at home even more fun. There's no food rotting in my garbage and smelling up the kitchen. Thanks to Lomi, I only have to take out the trash once a week, and it's hassle-free, mess-free experience. No more leaking bags, because all that stuff that would leak is instead making me delicious dirt that I feed to my plants, which are counting on me to survive.
Yeah, you're really taking out trash a lot less.
Oh,
You know?
dude.
I've been seeing you a lot less. I've been waiting in the bottom of the driveway for you to throw out your trash. That's kind of the only time I get to talk to you.
I know. We have a specific little contract between Cole and I.
We have to save it all for the show.
Yeah, exactly. Even this, we're not in the same space right now. This is done in post.
Mm-hmm.
I turn my waste into nutrient-rich dirt that I can feed my plants, lawn, or garden. That means I'm not going to landfills and producing methane gas, which is the worst kind of gas. I get to help the environment and make my life easier. It feels great to know that I'm creating soil instead of waste. I have a basically limitless supply of dirt for my garden, plus I'm helping save the planet. Whether you want to start making a positive environmental impact or just grow a beautiful garden, Lomi is perfect for you. Head to lomi.com/outside and use the promo code OUTSIDE to get $50 off your Lomi. That's $50 off when you head to lomi.com/outside and use promo code OUTSIDE at checkout. Thank you, Lomi, for sponsoring this episode. Thank you, Lomi. Bye-bye.
Should we try to high five and see if we can guess where each other are?
Okay, sure.
Nice.
Only 2. We got 3.
Well,
No,
Steph,
I'm a guest.
she's a guest. She's
I'm
a
a
friend.
guest. Yeah, I'm a
Not like you, but she's our friend, and she's joining us today.
But it's normally these two.
Do you have Netflix?
I don't do any of that.
You don't do any of that. What do you watch for
You know,
entertainment?
Oh, too much television sometimes.
Oh,
Okay,
like
so you
what?
do
What's your
watch
favorite
TV.
I watch PBS.
PBS.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watch
Love you too. Thank you.
baseball sometimes. Well, I don't pay for television. I get what's
You get
sitting
what
over
comes
the
in.
air. It's
Sure,
fine.
sure.
Do you see movies?
Not very much.
Okay.
Yeah, I regulate myself. I used to watch more movies. And sometimes I'll get out and see a movie with somebody who has an extra ticket or something. I'll go with them. But I'm not a big movie person.
Not a big movie person.
Movies are designed to really... They're designed really to grab your soul in many ways and make you think about things. They all have... All movies that have an agenda.
Interesting.
Which, I mean, that's what they're for, right?
That's true.
And it depends on the purpose that the movie was made for.
You think there's an impure agenda sometimes?
Well, a lot.
Really?
Oh, what? All the sex that you guys are doing, that's on there all the time, right?
I learned it from
My
the
favorite movies.
Yeah, I
if
learned
you
it
learned
from
it from the movies,
Yeah.
that's that where you're going to get our morality from?
Yeah.
From these Hollywood producers that
Yeah.
that rape other ladies by the,
Well, I
these
know.
ladies. You remember
Trust
what's
me,
his name
I
that was a producer?
I know. I don't like those people.
Yeah.
I don't have
Well,
sex
they
with those
produced the
people.
movie, a lot of the movies that people watch.
Yeah,
And then
but-
there's all the movies about the violence and the AK-47s and all. You don't think some that doesn't influence people
It does.
sometimes?
Yeah,
It does.
yeah, no, for sure.
It does.
So I be careful myself with what movies I watch.
What's your favorite
Interesting.
movie?
My favorite one, haha, I have a few, but there was one that came
Pulp
out a while
Fiction.
back. You're that's a leading question right there.
Yeah.
So, no, The Passion of the Christ.
Oh,
there we go.
yeah, that makes
classic,
sense.
classic.
Good
Yeah.
guy who made that too.
I'm sorry?
Good guy.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Good
yeah,
guy.
I remember his name.
Good guy, not anti-Semitic. He's
Mel
a good
Gibson.
guy.
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
There's some scenes in that one that were extra biblical.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of in any movie. There's going to be interpretation.
Sure,
okay?
sure.
But I don't want something that's going off the deep end. So that was one of the favorites. One of my favorite cartoons, just on Disney purpose, was Ratatouille.
Oh, you like Ratatouille?
I like Ratatouille.
Yeah.
I like
I learned
that.
how to organize my cooking space.
Ratatouille. That's a cool direction this one is.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, and I like some Disney movies every once
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
while.
yeah.
yeah.
Because the good guys seem to win most of the time. But
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
not all of them. But
Right.
are we still going on here?
We're still going, but
They just-
James.
you can't get rid of me.
No, I mean, it's been
paid me off
amazing.
and
It's been amazing. What bus are you waiting for? What number?
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
So next 4 that comes.
Next 4
I'll
that
throw
comes.
This down.
Okay.
Or if someone else wants to take your spot, we'll give it up, just for the sake of
Nobody else
fairness.
is-
Well, someone's coming. Someone's coming. We haven't been asking because you've been great, but
I've
we
been
don't.
too good on.
You've been too good. You've been a great guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a lady right here. And see, now look at her. She doesn't. This is.
No, you can
this
walk
is
by.
live podcast right
Or you can
here.
say hi to us if you want.
Live podcast, and you can.
You wanna
come in
take
and
over?
take my plate.
No, okay. All right. Have a great day. See ya. We love your outfit. Yeah. There's a lot of rejection on this show.
lot of
Just so you know, there's a
rejection.
lot
I
of
was
rejection.
about ready to reject.
I know, but we
myself.
got you. We got you.
You got me,
$10.
and then it was a lot of fun. So.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Velour
There's
checks
all
it.
this noise he can't hear.
I know.
Can't hear a damn thing.
Hey, you want to talk to us, sir? No, he's on a run. Maybe he's listening to music.
Could be.
You got to get somebody that's coming right by here. You can stop.
Yeah, we'll get him. Maybe you trip him, and then they'll be injured.
Let's get the dog.
Oh, we love the woman with her dog.
Dog walking person.
My vet's right there.
I used to go there.
You don't go there anymore.
They fucked me.
Did they?
They did something that
she's
really, they did something that
No.
really pissed me off, and I never want to go back.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm
It wasn't a
upset by
huge
that.
deal.
No, but that's upsetting.
How
was
long
annoying.
does your podcast last?
Usually an hour, and you've been here most of it. Which we like. Which we like.
Yeah.
Which we like.
That was the original idea I had in my mind of this podcast, was that it would be one stranger
really?
guest for the full hour.
Oh, that's what you
Oh,
thought.
okay.
Interesting.
Oh,
Well, it
Yeah.
worked.
Well, yeah. Today's a good. We have had some times where it's just one
you want
guest.
to come over? Talk English or Espanol?
Okay.
You want to speak English?
You
and
wanna
have
talk to us?
time? I'm leaving. When the 4 comes by, I'm going. But
You could take over.
We just talk about whatever.
it's a live podcast.
Yeah.
There's a man with the camera right there.
There's a
Good
hole.
producer.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are a good producer.
The devil's hole is right there.
Devil's hole tempting you to fuck it.
Oh, brother. Their sense of humor.
It's
You have to
warped.
put
Off.
up.
It is
I
warped.
know.
It is
You
warped.
guys, yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
But
it's
they pay
warped.
you, right?
He gets
Yeah.
paid. Yeah, he
Oh,
gets
there you
paid.
go.
He gets
It's
paid.
worth it.
Thankfully, yeah. I wouldn't do it otherwise.
No, no.
Not with these sinners.
But they can always repent.
Right.
I would like to.
I don't want to repent.
No, I hear you.
Oh, you know
I got a
why?
guy coming over tonight.
Because we're all no. Here's the thing: we're all living for eternity, my folks.
Oh.
We all will live for eternity.
So they can fuck
And-
forever.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on where you want to live.
Do you think there's sex?
Down there, actually.
Here's a question, actually.
No.
This is a genuine question.
Yeah.
Do you think there's sex, in heaven?
hell.
There's not.
No, there's sex in hell, though.
I don't think so.
So
I don't
neither
know
place.
either.
But you know what there is? There's going to be terrible lust for that in hell. Yeah.
But in heaven, there's no lust
Eternal
and no
horniness.
sex.
We're going to Jesus talked about that. He
There's
said,
no sex in heaven. That's
No.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
No,
know
we're
that
gonna
either.
I don't want to
Yes.
go to heaven. then.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
Well-
sinning even more.
Yeah.
But we all have to pay. We all have to have judgment for all that we've done and said and acted and how we've. Everything is going to be judged before God.
Right.
There is absolute morality.
Like an iPad with everything you've done.
Yeah.
Just going through
There's
it.
absolute morality, and the problem is every one of us have fallen short, and none of us live up to perfection of God. He is holy and perfect and pure, and none of us live up to his. If I asked you what the 10 Commandments were, nobody could tell me. Even a Christian couldn't tell me, or nope, I can't almost recite them.
You know what?
But-
You know, I have one commandment. You know what it is? Thou shalt not recite the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I live by.
we live disobeying all those, and
Yeah.
it's that law. It's that absolute moral
Law.
It's
Law.
She's gonna have sex with a guy named Law.
I am.
upon which all of laws of all human governments
Back to
are
law.
based upon basically the 10 Commandments. Even your Sharia, if you will. I'm sorry, if you're Muslim out there,
No.
forgive me for that. But any laws are based on the 10 Commandments.
Hey,
You know?
we are a law positive podcast.
We
Don't
really
worry
are.
about
I
it.
love
Wait,
law and
We
I
love
love
I have a
body.
question. Another question. Virgin. How many times per day are you resisting the urge?
Not that
Not that
many.
much.
Not, you can't say per day.
Not per day.
No.
Okay.
Per week.
Per week.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
I mean, I've gotten to the point where it's not like it's something that always is on my mind. No.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, because I have different things in my life now that I desire that overshadow those.
Like ice cream?
No, like pleasing the Lord.
Oh.
Like accomplishing His will for my life, so that I can have this joyful, abundant life that I have. And when my bad days when I have a bad day, it goes away in a hurry, and I'm not down. I'm not depressed. I don't have. Before I was a Christian, I was suicidal.
Really?
Depression. Oh
That's
yeah,
not
I was
bad.
going to take my life.
Whoa.
But I was afraid of what would happen after death.
Whoa.
So I didn't,
Why were you feeling so down?
because
Didn't have purpose?
because I didn't know what love was, for one thing, and I was all alone, and I was depressed about society and about way things were going. And as I said, I had one finger pointing at people, and look at that person, look at that evil. Three more were pointing back at me,
Right.
and I had to deal with my own sin. I had to deal with my own failings
Wow.
and lack of relationship with my father or whatever, and all the things the hurt that was in my heart.
Well, I'm glad you got over that, and I'm glad you
Yes.
found something
Well,
that gave you some meaning.
that was Christ that did
Yeah,
that
yeah,
in
yeah.
my life.
That's
that was
great.
A relationship with God. When I met Him face to face, well, not like a person, but
Sure,
when
sure.
I
In your
made
heart.
when
Yeah,
I
yeah.
made a commitment and started confronting His Word. In jail, I tell guys, this Bible that I have, I didn't bring one, but
Oh, there's the 4.
There's the 4. This is you.
Four.
Hey, thank you, James.
all right, you're done with me.
We love you. See you, James.
Wait.
Your headphones. Watch out for your headphones. Yeah.
Oh, he's set. No, that's it. He's gone.
What?
He didn't let you go. Huh.
Oh no,
You got me for another.
Why?
No, that's
I
it.
love it. They can't get rid of me.
Huh.
Do you want to talk?
They can't.
Okay. No worries.
They
no
can't get rid of me.
Wow, I guess not.
So I'm gonna bring conviction upon your heart sooner or later.
We'll be born again virgins
I
before
should
the
show
end
you.
of this.
I should show you the DMs I've been getting. It might get you out of here quick. Do you know what a dick pic is?
I'm sorry.
What a dick pic is? When someone sends their
Oh.
genitals.
People do that.
I don't think I want to know.
People do that now.
People do that. They send their genitals to people on phones.
Strangers. You get a lot of them?
Well, that's it's like
It's
why?
rude.
Because
For
I like seeing it.
You like getting them?
I like seeing the menu before I go to the restaurant. You know what I mean?
Oh, you like getting them from people that you're interested in.
Yeah.
Not from strangers.
Yeah.
Can we might talk you into taking the 5 or something. You might take a different bus.
We got a live one today.
Yeah, we definitely do.
While we wait, do you want to hear this Yelp review from Law's Gym?
Yes, I do.
This is the gym they go to, and this is the trainer that she's going to have sex with eventually.
Yeah.
I had an almost identical experience as one of the other posted here, which says to me that this is not an isolated incident. This is 1 star, by the way.
1 star. I
Yeah.
get 1 star.
No, a
No,
gym.
no,
There's
no.
a gym.
This
A
is
gym that
a gym.
they both go to.
My husband and I went to this gym for the first time as we live in the neighborhood, and it's very convenient. We got on the treadmill, and before we could even start running, the same guy, Law, came up to us, started putting his hands on us, telling us he was going to, quote unquote, take us to the next level. Starting the machine.
Slap him.
Starting the machine and putting his hands on our shoulders and backs, trying to correct our form. I told him nicely that we just wanted to work out in peace, but he kept insisting. I told him again that it was all good, and we just wanted to do some cardio. At that, he flipped on a dime and started screaming at us to get out of his gym, which doesn't sound like him.
No,
I feel like that's not
him. He would never do that.
Right.
No.
I grabbed my things and took off right away, and he asked my husband, who hadn't said a word to him, if he was with me. When he simply answered yes, he told him to get out too,
No.
which I just don't buy.
I don't believe
When we
this.
left, we asked the 2 women at the front desk if they were going to let this happen, and they both looked at the computer and
There's a
ignored
4.
us.
There's a
Or-
Okay, there's a 4. Hey, thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
you,
Thank you,
James.
James.
Get home safe.
Get home safe.
See
Thanks,
ya.
James.
Thanks, James. Follow James
Bye.
onto the bus. We got to follow him as he gets on his bus.
We gotta get James.
Gotta get James getting on the bus.
Nice
Yes,
meeting you,
as he
James.
goes.
Bye.
Follow him
James.
in just so we can
Follow-
see.
Just
He's
so
on the bus.
Just so we can see, we need him to get.
You got a great passenger there, sir. Treat him well.
Bye, James.
Bye, James.
Got his stuff.
See you, James. Treat him well, driver.
James was never fucking leaving. James, I thought the dick pic thing would really help.
I gotta say though, a fantastic guest.
Fun- good guess.
He was amazing.
What a great guy. I love that he was so open
Yeah.
to talking about things that he ultimately really disagreed with.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the whole. I thought the sweater would really throw him off.
That was very funny. We didn't even have time to get into it. We'll prep it at the top of the show. Steph is a fantastic stand-up comedian. She tours all over the country. You got a podcast called the Steph Infection Podcast.
Yes, please listen to that.
So listen to her
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
She interviews friends and people, and she's very funny. And she's touring all the time. So at the beginning, we'll name some dates or whatever,
sure.
and we'll plug at the beginning in case you didn't make it through an hour of religious talk, in case you tuned out. But now we're here with Steph.
But but I'm like, I gotta fuck law and come back and talk about it.
Yeah.
Do you?
Well, you asked me what, before you came. I had bad breakup.
Bad
Yeah.
breakup, exactly.
Yeah, so then now I'm like, I'm only fucking hot guys.
Yeah.
It really helps.
So you've set that intention, and I saw you on Instagram do a video about it, and you're talking specifically abs. They have to have abs.
No, I have to find them super fucking
Super hot.
and out of my league for
Out of
some
your
reason.
league.
That's like getting me off.
So like James?
I honestly was like, should I really scare James more and like come on strong? And
And so when you are there people who you maybe would have slept with in the past who are now saying that's not the level right now?
No, I'm sure I'm gonna spiral back.
You'll
And
spiral
the hot guys are gonna stop fucking me. I'm gonna be, well, I'm going back to the ghouls.
think- okay.
But right now, the fact that the hot guys are fucking me, I'm like, well, you've messed up.
What do you think it is that's allowing that to happen? Do you think there's a certain confidence?
Yeah,
or-
because right after the breakup, I had sex with like the hottest man I've ever fucked in my life, and I was like, and he was like into it. I was like, oh, this is a possibility. I've been fucking in the dark, absolute open mic clowns like for years.
Right.
And now I'm like, what are we doing
Oh,
here?
he's getting on the bus. See you, sir. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Thank you. I think there is something about like confidence and your track record and stuff like that. Because like, hey sir, how are you? Oh, get on the bus. Damn it! What a cool outfit.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Cobra Kai.
If you're getting a bad angle, you can move the chair if you need. If you
Are you worried about getting wet? Don't worry. It's just the devil's juice. It's just the devil's
is
juice.
clear.
It is clear. Yeah, it's just clear. Hey, how are you?
Hey,
wanna
love your
sit-
shirt.
you wanna talk
It's
to
kinda
us?
my style.
No worries. All right.
Good.
Because
Lot of
I
rejection.
feel like I sleep with girls who are definitely out of my league all the time, and I think there's just like a certain like like if you're confident,
That's
it
the
doesn't
thing.
really matter.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
people
yeah.
can sense it,
Uh-huh.
and there's almost like I think that's kind of like the Pete Davidson thing, where it's like he's famous for fucking hot famous girls, so every hot famous girl is like, I guess he can get it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's exactly. I think that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Also, I need to fuck Law because my ex also went to that gym.
Right. I
and
saw you guys together
and
there.
hated Law. So now I'm
Oh,
doing
yeah.
it purposely to get back.
Yeah.
So bad breakup.
Bad breakup.
Yeah, bad breakup.
Oh no.
Bad.
How long
bad.
did it last? Were you together?
6 months, 7 months.
Yeah.
And
You brought him to Canada.
I brought him to a lot of fucking places.
And you were
that I-
hardcore on Instagram with him pretty
I
early
was,
on.
and I'll tell you what, I'll never do that again.
Of course not.
I will never post about another fucking person I'm with for the rest of my life on Instagram.
I saw it happen.
I had to
thought,
delete
I
a
thought,
lot of photos.
I thought
a lot of
Steph.
videos.
I was seeing it. I'm going Steph.
He got a bunch of followers from me too that really pissed me off. Like a bunch of people follow. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
wow.
All
Yeah.
this shit.
Do you
And,
think he's afraid because you're like a public figure? Do you think he's afraid of I don't know
I
any backlash or
I
anything like
think
that?
he should be.
Yeah.
I found out some stuff about
Bad
him
guy.
that was really fucking bad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, now I feel stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, now I feel
Well,
like,
we're happy you got out of that.
oh yes.
We're happy you're transitioning straight to having sex with hot guys.
Yes.
Which
yes,
is definitely
yes,
the
yes,
goal.
yes. Big goal.
You had sex with a pilot, I saw. A
Yeah,
hot
yeah,
pilot.
hot
How did that?
pilot.
Did you meet him on the plane?
No, but he said that.
Yeah, she
he's-
bars the cockpit.
Yeah. No, he's a fan of one of my characters, Marcy.
Ooh.
Check her out.
Ooh.
And he said that if we're ever on the same plane together, Marcy can come up in the cockpit and film something. And I was like, can I suck your dick? And he was like, well, I'm like, can I suck your dick in the cockpit? Is that something that I'm allowed to do?
How did you
'Cause
meet
I
him?
will do it.
On Instagram?
I met him on Tinder years ago. We fucked years ago. And then I forgot how hot he was. And then he kind of DM'd me recently again, so I hit him back up.
Wow.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
And then that started your trajectory into the
That's
hot guys.
yeah, so there's another hot guy I'm fucking right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
really
going
into
well.
that. It's going good. It's going good.
Cool.
He's in there.
We're
He's
happy-
out of there.
We're happy for you. So you're on the road a lot. You're doing
I'm on
comedy.
the road a lot. I'm doing comedy. It's, you
Steph
know.
has a great set on Bill Burr's Netflix. Is it called Friends Who Kill?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
You can watch that. That changed your life, yeah?
It did. It really changed my career,
happy
which is
for you.
fucking. Yeah, it was nice because I was
We've known
doing
each other.
fine.
We've known each other for a long time. You've always been very funny. You've done all the shows in LA. You've
I've been the
great.
same comedian.
You've been the same
Yeah.
comedian,
Yeah,
but
I
you
haven't
just
really-
you had something that I've been doing comedy a similar amount of time, I'm sure, and until I had this podcast, I couldn't sell tickets or whatever.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
people know me. I can
Yeah.
sell tickets. When you have an audience that will consume your stuff, it really changes the game because
It
you're like,
really
now
does.
this is a career as opposed to like
Yeah.
a thing that I think will work out one day or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is
and you
nice.
deserve it. You're a funny comedian on stage.
Thank
You
you,
deserve
thank
to have people buy tickets to your shows. It's great.
Yeah, it's fun also to. The shows are so much better, as you
Yes,
guys know, when
yes.
it's people who just fucking like you.
Of course, it's a totally different thing. Because a big thing in comedy when you don't have a fan base is every fucking time you're on stage, you are trying to prove yourself
Yes.
to people,
Yeah.
and you are having to like convince people who hate you to like you.
Yep.
And when you have a
Yeah.
fan base, you're giving people who like you what they want, and it's
Yep.
a completely different experience.
Yeah, I had I walked out a couple 2 weeks ago in North Carolina, older couple. I was like,
Uh-huh.
well, you didn't Google headliner, and then there was a bunch of old people at my early show in Vermont on Friday, and they hated me. I'm like, well, you fucked up.
Right, right, right.
People drove 4 hours to see me. Obviously, people fucking like me.
Right,
You
right.
should not be here.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
tickets
yeah.
to a different show.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I think now someone said this earlier.
That's the comedy
today.
club curse sometimes.
Yes, but the
Yeah.
club should be like, hey, just so you know, this is the disgusting comedian. Because I'm like, I
Right.
know I'm specific.
Right, right,
If you
right.
guys don't like dirty comedy, don't follow me. I'm
Right,
filthy
right.
as I'm filthy as hell. James would hate me if James ever saw anything I actually did.
But yeah, no, it's yeah. So
it's
yeah.
just like it's just bizarre to not like do some research or something. Like you're not gonna listen to you guys if you don't, if you heard something about you before. It's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
odd.
yeah,
It just
yeah.
seems very odd.
Do your parents listen to your comedy?
They do, and my dad really likes it. It upsets me.
Oh, that you don't like that he likes.
I
it.
don't like that he
You're
likes
like, this
it.
isn't for you.
No, because it's not for you. And he'll laugh the hardest, and I'm like, God damn it! Like, there's one joke I did on an album years ago, and it did not do well. It was so disgusting. But all I could hear was my dad laughing at it
On
in
the album.
audience. I was like,
Oh
my!
my
It was so
gosh.
bad. I'm like, this is bizarre. But yeah,
That is funny.
they do.
Yeah.
My dad, yeah, they're proud. I think.
That's good.
Well, my dad more than mom, but
Do you have a lot of Canadian pride?
I do.
Do you
even
feel like a
though
specific-
The industry sucks up there.
Up
but
there,
I think.
Well, I think the industry up there, from my perspective, is that you hit the ceiling quickly, but I think there's more assistance to get to the ceiling than there is here, right?
No, I
No?
think the ceiling is there for 5 or 6 people, and they really hone in on those people, and then the
Oh,
rest
interesting.
the rest of people are like, "Fuck you, figure it yourself."
Really?
So a lot of Canadians have to move out to the States. Like
I thought there was like government support and like you could get money.
there
and stuff
is,
like that.
yes, but I mean, like the industry itself, there's only like a few people that actually.
You want to talk to us? You want to say hi? No. You gotta go. Okay. All right. Bye bye.
Seem nice.
I know. Okay. We love you. So not the best
joking.
industry, you're saying.
No, it's just also
What road dates do you have coming up?
Oh fuck, I
All
don't
over.
know. When does this come out? It doesn't
This will
matter.
come out in like
Just-
a week or two.
Okay, I'm in.
Anything you're
I'm in-
excited about?
Yeah, I'm in Austin, Texas, at the Creek and Cave, May 19th, 20th.
This will
and then
come
I'm
out
in
before that.
Dania Beach, Florida.
Okay.
The weekend after that.
What's the worst place you've ever toured?
Raleigh, North Carolina, where I was weekends ago. Because it
Just-
was outside. It was in Cary, North Carolina. I was at a strip mall, and every food I had a hair in it, and it was disgusting.
And
I
the
was just in,
How were the shows? The shows were okay.
No.
Yeah, it could be brutal.
Last week in Vermont was awesome, though. Burlington, Vermont was
That was
fucking
good?
cool. Yeah.
We did a thing in
Um,
Vermont once. It was fun.
it's
It's a
fucking
weird.
hell,
It's a
yeah.
cool state. It's pretty.
Yeah. But if you're in Toronto, big
Yeah.
Toronto show.
Oh yeah, in December.
14th. It's so far out, I know, but it's
You're doing
the
like a
biggest
theater.
theater I've ever done. It's 1,200 seats in Toronto. I've already sold half of it, which is
That's
pretty fucking
amazing.
good.
That's very
It's pretty
good.
fucking good for that far out, but get tickets because when it's sold out, I ain't doing 2.
That's exciting.
Too many.
Is
Too
your
many.
dad gonna be in front row laughing
Oh,
at
he's
your
already
penis
bought
stuff?
like a sleeve of fucking tickets. Yeah, that man's
He's like, I'm
disgusting.
excited to laugh at all the disgusting stuff my
That's
daughter
my
talks about.
daughter and her big fat labia up there. Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, that's your nickname for him. That's
Yeah.
and you're in his phone, right? Is that
As big fat labia daddy. Yeah.
cool? Well, Steph, thank you so much for coming. We're gonna give you
Thanks,
$1
thank
and
you.
a sticker
Oh,
as well.
Look at this.
You get it all. And are you heading?
Get it
You're
all.
heading straight to the gym.
I'm going right to law right now.
Wow.
Are you gonna be flirting with him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I come on hot.
Do you think after you sleep with him, you'll
Right.
still have to pay him for training?
I hope there's a discount.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll change the dynamics
I'll
significantly?
tell you, absolutely not.
You don't
No.
think so?
No, I don't. Because I would never date law.
Right.
But do you think it'll
mentally ill?
He's also told me many times that he never dates anyone. Like
Really?
Yeah,
he,
oh
like-
yeah, no, he loves
he's
fucking.
very
Yeah.
he's very
Single.
and is open about sleeping
Yes.
with many people.
And that's,
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where
talks
I am
about
right
that.
now. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why I don't want to date anybody right now. So that's all I want to do.
And wait, how do you know that he slept with a bunch of other people at the gym?
Oh, he's
Oh,
he,
you ha-
he's-
he
you,
have
you gotta
to.
see him.
Yeah.
You gotta see him.
You just
He's rolling, but he's probably rolling 3 labias out right now. He
Yeah.
loves it.
But wow, yeah, the next time he rolls me out, I'm just gonna be like, wow, these hands touched Steph.
Wow.
I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. No, you should. I think we should have you on again just to go
Just
over
to
how
give
it
you a
went.
little- I'll
just
pop in.
pop in for 10
I'll
minutes.
pop in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
just
I'll
let
do
us know.
follow
Yeah,
up.
a
Yeah,
little
follow up.
update.
We'll have a follow up
Yeah.
with Steph.
Okay.
Steph Tolev, you can find her on Instagram, TikTok.
Twitter.
Do Instagram. Don't
And
fucking do
Instagram's the
anything else,
best
because-
one.
Yeah.
And yeah, catch her on the road. Very funny comedian.
Thank
and
you.
Steph
Thanks for
Infection
having me.
Podcast. There you go,
thank
Steph.
you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks for
Thanks,
watching and listening,
Steph.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you. This was very fun.
You know, I wonder if it would be good to do Virgin style.
It is.
Now, here's
Works
my.
for me.
I already said it in the episode, but
I think you talk. We do talk about it more on Patreon. We
Oh, we
share,
talk about it more
share
on
more
Patreon?
like we get more real with our thoughts about it. Yeah, like we said, we talked to someone else on Patreon. So here's a little snippet of that.
It's happening. What are you all about, Felicia?
Well, nothing much really. You know, I work in accounting at like a outreach center. That's about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of outreach?
It's actually just up the street.
Like,
the
what do
Dream
you-
Center.
Oh my God.
We
We just had a guy, James.
You know James?
The food delivery guy?
71-year-old virgin?
I think so. Yes.
Yes, that's it. We just had him on here. Yeah.
Yeah, she was great. It was all good. Good old Patreon.
$5 a month helps us make the show. I guess my ultimate thought is I respect anyone for whatever decision they want to make about their personal life, whether it's sexuality, gender, things they want to do for themselves to make them feel like the best version of themselves. I don't really care at all. It doesn't make a difference for me. But I do think tying anything to like such a deeply like regret-based cult, I don't know, like a regret-based ideology, I don't think is healthy. That's my ultimate thought. And religion, whatever, do what you gotta do. But just like anything, whatever it is, to feel like compulsion and then you would feel deep regret if you acted on that. I don't think our lives are meant to be lived in a way where you're like constantly thinking about the past or constantly worrying about having done that thing. I don't know.
We're animals.
As long as you're like kind to people around you and you know you're kind to yourself, I think you should be able to do whatever the heck you want.
Yeah, it's because it's a natural need. Intercourse, sex. Like when a dog humps a toy, they're not doing that to procreate. They're just doing it because they want to do
No,
it.
actually, but to be fair, my toy did get pregnant. Actually, my dog.
Right. Well, that's a special case.
Yeah, and
but it's
actually,
like,
and that the dog toy that was birthed is actually cooler than my dog. Even.
right. But even when the dog toy didn't get pregnant, did your dog feel guilt after that?
No, he didn't.
No.
He didn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I just don't think you should have very strong regrets about things unless you hurt other people. That's like its own thing. But if you're just, I don't know. Even if I order wrong at a restaurant, I'm like, oh well, I'm not gonna stew in it.
And you still fuck it, right?
The meal?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching and listening.
We love you.
We love you. Hey, we appreciate y'all being here. It's a fun episode. Next week we're gonna be back at the WGA strike.
Yes.
Episode next week is at the strike with our friend Adam Conover. Bye bye.
The greatest podcast of all time. It's a podcast, but outside.
Wait, your mom is
Wow.
talking your fiance out of marrying
Yeah,
you?
what the-
Exactly. And you know what? I am so glad.
Wow.
Why is she ugly now?
No, that's not the point.
Oh.